Hello and welcome back to the Academy of the Magical Art. My name is Frater Ophiel, and today we are going to discuss ritualistic cleansing of the self and the home or the environment. We've previously discussed vibration and frequency. We've discussed depolarization and polarization, and all of those things have brought us to the point now where it's time to discuss another method of cleansing our personal energy and cleansing the energy of the environment around us. The list of methods to accomplish these tasks are endless, and the list of reasons why you would want to do this is also pretty much endless. So I'm just going to touch on a few of the more common reasons and examples of why this should be done, and let you research and fill in the blanks as to the rest in your own. So first, I want to talk about cleansing the home. Now, when I discuss cleansings and blessings of a home, I tell people that I work with that it is easy to clean a home. It is difficult to keep it clean. So when I go into a client's home to do a house blessing or a house cleansing, I will tell them that after I initially do this, it is their responsibility to keep up on it. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man a fish, and feed him for a lifetime. So I will take the client through their home and show them the proper procedure for smudging and some basic ways to protect their home from any further energies entering that would create disruption or dysfunction. So smudging your home is an energetic method of dismissing unwanted energies from the atmosphere. Times to do this would be when moving into a new inhabitants, obviously. I smudge my home. I'm very meticulous about the energetic state, the energetic atmosphere of my home. So anytime somebody comes into my home, I smudge all the energy off of them, because it's like having somebody walk into your home after you've mopped the floor with muddy shoes on. If they were just walking through a bunch of garbage, they're going to track it all over your nice clean floor. So as soon as they come into the home, I smudge them off. And take necessary steps to immediately adjust the frequency of my home so I don't have to even think about it afterwards, especially if the person is coming into my home for counsel as a result of upset or something like that. Especially in those cases when they're carrying some kind of energy or vibration from an emotional personal, mental upset. I want to get that vibrational frequency out of my home as soon as it comes in, and then work with them on getting them right by doing things like smudging them. So methods to cleanse your home would be, as I said, using smudge. Okay, so we have sage, lemongrass, cedar wood. All three of these plants have vibrational frequencies that repel negative vibrations. There's floor washes that can be used. We have hardwood in our home, so I mop the floor. I sweep and mop the floor every day. If you listen to the videos on tools, we briefly discussed the besom and how sweeping your home can either draw energy into it or move energy out of it depending on the direction that you are doing your sweeping. So I mop my home once a day, starting from the top floor at the furthest point on the hall, down the stairs, and I never start at the door and mop inward because I don't want to draw energy in. I want to push energy out. When I make a floor wash for a magical purpose, I will clean my floor first, and then I will make a magical floor wash using water, blessing it with salt, adding vinegar because vinegar is excellent at expunging energy, as is ammonia. And then I will also add herbs and almost make a tea out of the water to either draw in wealth using things like bay leaves or cinnamon. For peace or relaxation, you would use lavender. For love, you would use rose. And I'll make a combination of my floor wash. I always use an odd number of ingredients. If you know anything about numbers and their vibrations, you will know that odd numbers are projective and even numbers are receptive. So I'm trying to lay down this energy in a projective manner. I'm going to use an odd number of ingredients in my floor wash. After that task is accomplished, oftentimes I will follow up by burning some kind of incense to raise the vibration to a frequency that I want it. Some common household favorites are frankincense, myrrh, dragon's blood, but you can look at list of incense correspondences and see exactly what vibrations you will be drawing into your home, what atmosphere you will be creating on a vibrational level based upon what incense you are burning or what. Another important practice to be in is that of cleansing yourself or smudging yourself. When smudging yourself, again, I often use white sage. That is a personal favorite of mine. There's a variation of plants or resins that can be used for this purpose, but you always want to make sure to completely cover your body with the smoke if you're smudging yourself, and take special note to lift up each one of your feet. Your feet, when you're standing up, are your connection to the mother. These are your roots, your grounder. Oftentimes people will wear rubber-soled shoes, so they'll completely insulate their energy and it'll just build kind of a stagnant pool at their feet because they don't consciously ground themselves out. So be sure to smudge your feet and cleanse that out and cleanse that circuit out with your shoes off if possible. If you can't have another person do it for you, oftentimes my wife and I will smudge each other, and one of us will stand with our arms outstretched as if we were making a cross out of our bodies, and the other will cover every inch of the body, front and back, and then we will followed by lifting up our feet and cleansing off those connector points. Ritual baths or showers are also very important, especially if you are a ritual magician or you are preparing yourself to go into a sacred space or to ritual. It's a good idea to cleanse yourself off first. If you are one who likes to take baths, taking a shower and then soaking in a bath made out of tea is a wonderful idea. Soaking in a salt bath or a tea bath is a wonderful idea because you are soaking in the vibrations of those herbs while you are cleansing yourself off. I personally am a fan of taking a shower because I can ritualistically bathe off the dirt and watch it wash down the drain rather than sitting in that water while physically cleansing my body. And this is something that I personally consciously go through every time that I take a shower. Is not only am I taking a physical shower, but I am ritualistically cleansing myself as well. Making sure to properly go through those mental steps and take note of cleansing my energetic body while I cleanse my physical body. These are always to make sure that your body stays in a good balance with itself and you keep your energetic body in a good state. Again, keeping in mind that our physical bodies are a reflection or an emanation of our mental and energetic body. Taking special note to cleanse your energetic body on a regular basis and cleanse the space that you dwell within is very, very important. You will notice magnificent changes in not only your mental state, but your physical state if you just take those simple steps of keeping your space and your body energetically cleansed and purified. It carries with it a literal ripple effect throughout your entire life just by taking these simple steps to do these processes. Now, most people aren't going to do these things on a daily basis, but to at least ritualistically cleanse and bless and smudge your home once every 1 to 2 weeks is a very, very good idea. When our children were still in the home, all of them were very intuitive and very spiritually gifted children. Our house was a very, very active place on an energetic and spiritual level. There were a lot of spirits in our house, and we didn't mind the activity. Many of our kids' friends thought that it was funny because our house was quote-unquote haunted, and a couple of them came here and wouldn't come back. They slept with lights on. Next morning, Mom and Dad came and picked them up, and we never saw them again. But just as long as the ghosts aren't being malicious, just as long as the spirits aren't being malicious, and there is a healthy cohabitation there, we didn't mind the activity at all. We just made sure to take extra note to keep everything lifted on a positive vibration to keep any spiritual negativity out of our home. When you have sensitive children, oftentimes they do not know enough to take care of these things themselves until they are a little bit more educated. So as magical parents, it is important that we take the extra time to make this environment spiritually not only safe, but conducive to their proper spiritual growth and their proper spiritual health. The more sensitive they are, the more energy they are uptaking. And if they're dwelling within negative energy, that's the energy that they're going to be filtering through themselves. And you'll see a lot of behavioral, emotional, and mental issues with a lot of our gifted young ones of the next generation coming up, simply because they are in environments that are not energetically and spiritually sound for them. Many of them will go to public schools all day long, and we all know how that is. You have a couple hundred kids crammed into a building, all of them coming from different backgrounds and different homes, isolating all of that energy into one big ball. When you have these spiritually sensitive children going into this place, they're wide open for these things. So we have to take special note to protect them from that, make sure they're staying grounded, and make sure that they are staying cleansed so that they do not have any negative repercussions. Ponder on and think about when an individual takes a glass and fills it with water and sets it on a counter, and then takes a guitar or a instrument and plucks a chord and plays a note. That sound vibrates through the air, and that water picks up that sound note and it vibrates in accordance with that sound. Well, our bodies are made of over 70% water. All of the vibration going on around us affects how the water of our body vibrates and reverberates. The vibrations are contagious. We, unlike a glass of water, have a brain. Our water has a computer to go along with it and tell it what to do. So we can block these energies out, and we can cleanse anything that we pick up, and so on and so forth. But if we're not taking special note to do it, we suffer the effects of the vibration. Thank you for joining with me today at the Academy of the Magical Art. Until next time, blessed be.